So what are HTML and CSS and how do they relate? People use HTML and CSS in the development of websites. They are fundamentals of the user interface part of web development. With HTML, you tell a browser how it should position the elements and which ones. With CSS, you tell a browser how those page elements should look like, their colors, sizes, and so on. Let's start with HTML. HTML is a markup language, not a programming language. So you can program the element's behavior as you can in JavaScript. Instead, you only write rules to display them. And there are rules for animations, but not a complex logic. And this markup language consists of tags and their attributes. There are 113 tags that correspond to various elements. For example, audio for displaying an audio player, div to display a regular block, img for an image. You get the idea. However, you don't need all of the 113 elements. You should start with just one tag, it's a div. It's an essential building block in HTML. After some time, when you want to format text and put images on a page, you can learn headings and image elements, but learn those tags that you need in practice. However, we can't go far with HTML because we need to add styles like colors, various sizes, shapes, and maybe animations. For example, imagine we need to add two blocks of text. One should be red and the other should be white on a black background. The two blocks will be of paragraph tags and we can't make them different colors using only HTML. The two blocks will be of paragraph tags and we can't make them different colors using only HTML. CSS does the job. You can declare any style and apply it to any page elements. For the text colors example, it will look like this. We define two HTML blocks for text. And the second one, we define the CSS rules for the elements. One rule for the red class and the other one for the white but black class. What are the classes here? The class keyword in the paragraph tag you've seen is called an attribute. HTML elements may have those for specifying additional information. We established some identification for those two blocks of text. One is from the red class and the other belongs to the white but black class. In CSS, we declare the rules for the classes. The color keyword specifies a text color, and the background color sets the background color of the element. But where is the code placed? We write HTML markup in the files with the HTML extensions, and we can also write our CSS rules there. And there are two approaches. The first one, we may use style HTML tag to declare CSS rules inside of it. And the second one, we may set CSS rules for any HTML element in its style attribute. This is called inline CSS. The other method is to write CSS in separate files with CSS extensions. Then in the HTML files, we set a path for our CSS. For example, like this. You put a link tag with the href, this is an actual link to your style CSS file. So if we have the following file structure, we can declare CSS rules in the style CSS file, and those rules will be applied in the index.html elements. That's it for this video. I hope you learned something new. See you!